In my quest to try and go faster, always and always, decided to try a new strategy, and you get to watch. So, small victories for everyone. Not sure how much you can see here, but we're going to give it a try. But we're going to be putting hangers on a whole slew of signs over here, so get comfortable, get some tea, some coffee, whatever you feel like drinking, really. Whiskey? I don't care. I'm not judging. I guess it would be only correct to do some wine. I'm gonna turn that fan up. All it's doing is kicking up dust anyways. But I decided to go ahead and try and do one of these videos where I try to talk through the whole thing. I don't exactly know what I'm going to say. I'm just kind of making it up as I go, so, you know, feel free to poke fun. I know I do. But this is a fairly tedious process of trying to get everything together. We've already 90% of these signs. They're all basically right there, almost done. All I got to really do is get these hangers on and then do some final sanding, hit the edges real good, make it just making it pretty, you know. And then, you haven't seen this yet, but we're going to be doing some oiling later today. That'll be fun. I've never videotaped that. Don't exactly know what I'm going to do. Haven't decided if I want to try and do a talk over while I'm doing it like this, or if I just want to play some music over it, and something like that. Haven't quite decided. Uh-oh, I'm just dropping stuff all over the place. There we go, and stay tuned. I'm just gonna kind of talk whenever. I'm probably gonna edit this, either put some music over it or maybe fast forward it. This is kind of taking a while. I know people got a real short attention span. I know I got about as much charisma as a rock going through a window, so it's always good, you know? It's quiet today. Normally I've got a helper. I say helper. His name's good old John Boy. More than a helper. He's the one that taught me everything, but don't let him tell you that I said that. He might get mad. You can tell him, I don't care. He can be upset. But yeah. These, all they need now is that finish sanding. And that'll be good to go. Set this over here. Perhaps, and try not to knock all my screws over. Not every day I've got the workshop to myself. Take advantage of it the best I can. Was considering making this a live stream, but with all, 12 or so of my followers, I know most of them are working right now, so they'll probably see these later whenever I finally decide to drop the video. I'm still very, very new to this whole YouTube stuff. Wonder if I need to mess with the angle a little bit, or if that's just good. Let me know in the comments what kind of other different angles you guys would like to see, guys and gals. I know there's a couple females that watch my channel. The fact that I'm related to most of them is beyond the point, but they are there. And we're gonna get going again. Start throwing these suckers on there. It's kind of a time-consuming process. It's not horrible, but once you break everything up and think about drying times and stuff like that, this is really, all things considered, a drop in the bucket from where I need to be. The amount of signs that I'm doing today, I really need to be tripling that. Oops. I keep dropping stuff. My hands. They're nervous because the camera's there. I don't know why, but they are. I'll probably end up taking this video, cutting it up into a whole bunch of little shorts, just to try and spread the love a little bit. I woke up this morning and I launched my YouTube channel, I want to say either Wednesday or Thursday of last week. That sounds about right. And I was doing about, I thought I was doing pretty good, getting, 15, 20 views. I woke up this morning though, one of my videos, the sexy back video, that one had 5,000 views as of this morning. And then a couple more had shot up to 3,000 views, which I think is crazy considering I'm just some redneck out in the woods over here in East Texas. Ooh, we are getting ready for First Monday. That's exciting. This will be the first Monday that I'm going to try and record on. So we're going to be doing some cocktail smoker demonstrations and giving out some free whiskey this weekend, which is going to be fun. So come out and see us for that if you want some free whiskey. Always happy to oblige. Oh no, I messed it up. Nope. And just like that, just talking, wasn't paying attention. And I put it in the wrong spot, but c'est la vie. It is what it is. Alright, that's batch number 2. Look at that one. That one kind of, that was wide up here. Can't really tell on the camera, but this one's like ½ inch wider on this side. It's a problem, but I think we're going to be able to get away with it on this one. That one's a tad small. I might end up taking that one out. But yeah, this is probably going to be one of my first long forms if I do decide to, keep it and not just chop it up into shorts. That's what I've been doing, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm still just experimenting, having fun with it. If I make 2 or 3 people smile a day, that's all that I need to keep going and keep doing this type of thing. And heck, from what it looks like, I was going through the analytics and I'm actually getting quite a few views in like Germany, and I actually got one view from South Korea. Not really sure if that's a service member. If it is, hey, shout out to you. Come say hi in the comments if that's you. Or if it's, actual South Korean guys. Or gals, you never know. Might find somebody that likes whiskey barrel stuff, But that was the one that jumped out to me the most, was the single view from South Korea. And then there's a couple of my videos that have a good handful of views from like Germany, any of those, some of those other ones. Again, not really sure if that's actually a German gentleman that appreciates woodworking or if it's a service member over there. Been having a good time with that. If that's the case, it's interesting because I'm so used to my reach being small, considering, I've never really messed with social media or, I mess around on Facebook every once in a while, but it's nothing to the extent of what I'm trying to do now with the YouTube channel. But, yeah, I might end up dropping this video just to see. I might just label it as my ramblings. If you find this kind of entertaining, I don't know how you can find this kind of video entertaining, but hey. I'm not one to judge. If you get enjoyment out of watching me do manual labor, hey, probably should get out more. I know I definitely do. Feel like all I ever do anymore these days is work and go home. But we're gonna fix that. Making some nice changes to the way that we're doing things around here. I am excited for First Monday. If you've never heard of First Monday, and this is the first time you're ever hearing of it, from my knowledge, it is the largest open air market in the world. And they've got everything from gummies to guns, They got all kinds of different woodworking, leatherworking, food. Oh, the food! The food is great, depending on where you go. I'll be honest, and I'm going to make some First Monday people upset here. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't care. Your food's crap, you charge too much for it. Do better. Do better. I'm not going to say who. However, there is a pretzel shop out here at First Monday. It's in like the big main pavilion. They're fantastic, I do have to say. I missed some over here. Ruh-roh. But there are some barbecue joints out here that are absolutely phenomenal. Ooh, a good shout out is hands down the best restaurant in Canton, Texas is the Q and Brew over at the Silver Spur Resort. Let me tell you something, buddy. They got some darn good, I probably need to edit that out, darn good fried pickles. Always been a sucker for fried pickles. Every time I see it at a restaurant, that's what I'm getting, if I see it. But if y'all are enjoying these longer videos, by all means, let me know. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll do my best to facilitate. Is that a word? I'm not really sure. Probably making it up, but hey. All words are made up, so that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Oh, got my last batch here. And like I said, this is only a drop in the bucket compared to what I actually need. clear any more space, I should be all right. The next step after this is going to be the finish sanding, and I might split that video up away from this one. That way, this is probably already reaching, what, 15 minutes? That's a pretty long video, at least for me, considering most of my videos are, I think the longest one's like 30 seconds long, maybe a minute, 60 seconds. So this is like an absurdly long video compared to what I'm usually posting. Also, I'm probably not going to be doing too much editing on these longer form. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't know how. I'm literally just doing this on my iPhone. And, I don't have any special, speakers. I don't got nothing like that. This is all literally just a phone and a phone stand. That's it. I'm as low budget as I can possibly get. But I'm excited to see everybody. If we can get some folks to come out and come see us this weekend out on row 46 over at First Monday, that'd be fun. Get to see me all dressed up and whatnot, not in my my work clothes here where I'm always dirty. Sometimes I have to go to Brookshire's to get food and whatnot for lunch and stuff like that, and I walk in there and I'm just so embarrassed because I'm just covered head to toe in filth. And I feel bad, but at the same time, that dirty is after I've attempted to clean myself a little bit. Stuff don't come off overly easily. And I'm sure before this one comes out, I'm going to have some videos of me cleaning the backs off of some stage. And I'm not sure when that video is going to drop. I haven't decided. Like I said, I'm kind of just doing this as I feel it. Like, sit down, go outside, smoke a cigarette, edit a video. And when I say edited, I mean literally all I'm doing is taking it and cutting it down to where I want it and then overlaying the music over it. It's really not that hard. I mean, if I can do it, All right. Since this video is so long, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. That way it's not absurdly long. But, you know what? To heck with it. You're following me. You're interested in seeing some of this nonsense, so let's do one to go further. That's the wrong tool. Come on, Jason, where's that? There you are. I don't know what I was doing there. Hanger hardware. I'm gonna get out of the way, that way I don't throw it across the shop again. We're not gonna talk about that though. Let's see, that one's dirty. I don't want to use that one. That's why I pulled that one over there. Okie dokie. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go through these. And I'm going to grab what's left over here on the ground, that way I'm not having to move everything. But, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I am going to throw some Hearing Pro on. Probably not going to talk too much more through this because it's got the sander going, but let's do it. Editing guy. Yeah, you. Put some music over this or something. I need to get a guy. I need an editing guy. Sorry. Oh, let's see, where are we? Only got a few left. And by a few, I mean all these. And these. Now, that's probably going to block your view. So, let's see what I can do about that. That's a little better. Yeah. almost done. Bear with me. If you stuck around this long, you might as well finish. I knew I forgot something. All right, so y'all are gonna have to come with me. It won't be too difficult to explain. So, I'm a goober. I messed up. Ooh, it's bright out here. We're gonna point this way. Get to see the outside of the workshop, nothing too crazy. But guess what I cut up with the table saw? Filmed it, and then left them right there. Just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. I was looking around the shop, couldn't find them. Found them. I'll be back out here to come grab them. But I gotta finish those up. After I finish those up, we're gonna go oil. Would y'all like to see my super duper fancy setup to where I'm gonna do some filming? Check this out. A barrel, phone stand. That's it. That's all I'm using. All right.